Analysts, you dirty sea suckers always find a way to make a company's earnings report look bad. Well, they passed expectations, but this was a worse quarter than 37 years ago. STFU, and let me get my Tendies. Well, they made another 150% in revenue, but sales are down in Idaho, and number X200B, and number X200B, stocks down 20% after hours. Quality posts this morning. They didn't pass expectations as much as expected. What about who gives FCK about earnings? TSLA to $6,000 analyst. Analysts when their GF asks to have normal missionary sex. Angry face, huffing with anger face, grimacing face, face with open mouth and cold sweat, distressed face vomiting, nauseated face, sweaty red face with tongue out. Which stock hurt you? Show us where it hurts. Use your words. Oh God, I'm so glad this place exists. I've been so pissed about BAC all morning. Analysts. Bunch of Tendi-hating jabroni FS, how can't they do this to me? And number X200B, also only sorta related, but how the F does Wells Fargo manage to lose money in this climate? Clowns all around. BAC? Yeah, got some 34.5 calls for 117, and number X200B, down 70%. I don't understand how America works. When you watch The Big Short, you realize how it all works. They won't favor a stock until they position themselves to benefit first. From CNBC, and number X200B, Bank of America said its net interest income fell by 3% on a year-over-year basis to $12.3 billion. Some of that decline was slightly offset by a 25% jump in bond trading revenue, and number X200B, yes, they beat the lowered earnings bar, but they are going the wrong way. Tesla earnings beat by 900%. Analyst. Fair value $2. The way the whole market fluctuates is retarded. Company A had something bad happen that was specific to that company only, so Company B and Company C, who are in the same sector but completely unaffected, will drop as well. Panic selling makes a great dip to buy. For those who don't understand why BAC is down, executives straight out told in the press conference that the results of the past quarters are a non-sustainable one-off and that this quarter will be bad. So if your short-term Tendies are not there, blame the CEO, not the analysts this time. My bank recently did pre-Christmas layoffs after netting $200 plus-minus million in Q3. Exceeded expectations in 90% of key earnings indicators, but interest income was slightly lower than forecasted, so time to lay off 1,000 employees because shareholders need to see that we are being proactive. They're called anal LYSTs because they'll always find a way to F you in the ass. This is a sound statement, not a ass post. Analysts are just autists using flowery professional financial diction. Market manipulation for me, but not for thee. Seems I wasn't the only one to get FED by BAC calls today. Would have had a 120% return if I sold yesterday, but my dumb ass was like, nah, this S is going to the moon tomorrow morning after they beat earnings expectations. I guess you got burned on BAC just like I did. Was it a profitable quarter? And number X200B, well yes, but actually no. Why won't MZN do anything? Analysts' forecasts means for you to do the opposite. Problem solved. Greater than STFU, and let me get my Tendies. I need this on a t-shirt. Turn CNBC off, and never turn it back on again. Shit's a game changer. UFWADs need to learn what funds care about, which moves the market. No one gives a s about past earnings. Yes, it's a nice data point, but are stocks priced because of what they did yesterday or what they'll do tomorrow? Analysts barely have any effect on the immediate move of a stock after earnings. Watch a chart and you'll notice that the spike, up or down, happens instantaneously once the report is out, because algos. Analysts have to read the report, listen to the call, and write a note to impact the stock. Even if they send out a quick email, it still takes a minimum of an hour. Remember when analysts were saying $10 worst case for TSLA in the 2019 summer? Edit. Bear analysts deserve the death penalty. Show me on the doll where the big mean analyst touched you. The earnings are priced in. I have BAC 36 call expire 131, and I'm esting myself so hard now. You know guidance is a thing, right? Bro, how are you losing in this economy? Don't forget the old downgrade, buy in, upgrade play. Here's an idea. Stocks go down following earnings more often than not. This is independent of the earnings results. It's a well-studied phenomenon and some funds trade on it. Except that it's a random number generator and just enjoy the casino. Are analysts included in insider trading clauses? They definitely should be. We should start posting with our own analysis. Make some fancy charts and put a professional title on it, like the one with the TSLA dragon. Analysts are just people who don't have the balls to actually inside trade, so they just buy puts and spook normies. I've been waiting on Aurora to die. 2.00 puts on a 117 were worth $40-something now. They are worthless because an analyst says now's the time to buy because it's so low. Agree with you on this one. Loaded the boat $100,000 on $ROKU a year ago. Then some asshole analyst from Goldman Sachs downgraded it and I stopped out. Week later it went parabolic. I could have tripled my money. I could have quit my stressful as F job and been a base hit day trader or done some chill side hustle. That would have been life-changing, but that F-on analyst spooked everyone out. What's F-ed up even more was that he was not an accurate analyst. I looked him up and he had the S-test of calls. How the F did this dumbass post get posted and I just had my post rejected by the bot for low effort? Typical analysts. Company performance down X% when in reality there is no down performance, and then in the future we'll say look, the performance has risen again by X% when the performance was the same for all that. Waffles. I just want my Tendies. That's the reason why 20x leveraged SPY is better than 10x levered stock. Literally this. Damn straight. The United Health call went like this: oh, you blew past estimates, kept costs under control, increased revenue, have great outlook, but your Medicare enrollment looks lower than last year. Can't wait for Trump to ban short selling. Depending on analysts to be nice to you, smart. Autistic smart. I'm not dirty. I showered a week ago. Lol, right. Only my girl Tasha though. How I feel about WAFD earnings: like they beat earnings but still down greater than. DB is a BB. It is because wife not give anal, persevering face, analyst need anal to feel happy. I was going to call BAC but my funds didn't transfer fast enough. I'm sorry for your loss up. Who told you that betting on ER was a good idea? This is now my favorite post on this sub. Somebody lost $500 on BAC like me today. Number WSB. Has someone told these regards that stocks only go up yet Maui like what a bunch of clowns? If it's a worse quarter than 37 years ago then the stock is definitely garbage and the analyst was right. Yep, it never matters how good the report is if it's priced in already it will drop. Why I don't trade earnings? The time leading up to it is usually good, if expected earnings are good. Analysts are all bears until a company hits a brief spike and they are effing running around going, all in all, and then it slumps again within the same effing day and they're back bitching about China and a recession that will never come. I'm a goddamn American and if there's one thing this country can't do, it's go tee up. Being a bear is just plain un-American, so if y'all catch me on the side of Wall Street hitchhiking up the charts with a sign that says, TSLA 6969 or GA. Quit bitchin' and buy the dip. BTFD. The analyst who tanked ROKU about 1 month ago should be tarred and feathered. Lost mad Tendies. Analyst sounds like an intriguing job title. Profits are up 10% but Becky left a bad review on Yelp, that's why I'm rating this a hard sell. Statistics are manipulated to their advantage. I mean their company or themselves would have an interest in lowering the price of the stock to fulfill the short position. Analysts are F-tards. This is not a post. This is a legit problem. Nearly bought BAC calls 2 days ago. Thanks RNJs for keeping my Tendies safe, hands pressed together. F those analysts, they don't wanna see us on yacht FR. Why did Buffett buy Heinz? Cause they make good ketchup, that's it. This is a effing fact. One word from media and me and my fellow Tendy hunters eat S for lunch instead. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to hear more of the best posts.